All right, final test. Oh, yeah, that's much louder. OBS was doubling my camera input. All right, so that countdown timer is actually accurate now. It's just... All right, so starting the segment here that I'm not going to call the Hanley Podcast because that's separate. That's on Sunday nights generally. This is the new live stream after hours that I'm doing, and it's going to be twice a week, like I mentioned during the first test stream that I did on Sunday. Excuse me. So this is going to be live stream after hours. It's going to be Mondays and Wednesdays, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern time. I had a really busy day today, so I was running a couple minutes late, but I still showed up for myself. Nobody knows about this yet, so it's not like I have a huge audience to impress. So this is for fun, just a little side project, and I'm going to talk about like some tech news usually, and maybe some music or just some kind of random crap, I guess. But today, I wrote it in the show notes, and I want to see if this... I'm not really that familiar with OBS because it's video-based, and I had some audio trouble, as you can see, but it was audio trouble related to my video trouble. When you input the iPhone, it takes the sound source, and I did not mute it from the phone, and it was doubling up the audio, and it was like canceling out. It was doing this weird phase cancellation thing that you might have heard. Sorry about that if you did. But, yeah, so... I'm going to talk about the news, and I'll start it out like this. Here's my little script that I kind of got going here that I'm going to do like I do on the podcast. Good evening, I'm Randy, and thank you for joining me on my live stream after hours. This live stream airs on Wednesday and Friday evenings from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This episode is airing live on Wednesday, January 12th, 2022. Any announcements for today? Not really, because this is the first real episode, I guess. So we're going to start out with some tech news, and... probably end it with tech news, but iMessage, that's for all you iPhone users. That's half of you out there. So that's, you got Android and iPhone are basically the two left. iMessage is too powerful, complains Google. Yeah, they're doing Google, the company that is in charge of most of the data on the entire internet, says that iMessage is too powerful. Wow, that's funny. So Ars Technica points out in an article that after Google failed to compete with iMessage for years, they want Apple to play fair. They want Apple to play fair. So here's the Ars Technical article right here. And yeah, basically they're like, poor us, you're bullies. And Google actually complained about this on Twitter, even saying that Apple is benefiting from bullying. That's awesome. If it doesn't sound like manipulation, I'm not sure what to call it. Google also controls what most people watch on the internet, like YouTube, right? I mean, they bought them for a couple billion, I think. But, okay, maybe TikTok. TikTok's another, like, they're supposedly up there with against, YouTube, or have more views, maybe. I don't know. But I see, where Google has been going with RCS. It's this basically enhanced enhanced texting, SMS, that is supposed to work between all carriers and all platforms, I guess. Well, right now, Android, but they're just saying like, hey, all these different brands like Samsung and whatever can install our text app and have these enhanced text features. And it's kind of like a more freedom-based thing. And that's cool. I like what Google has done with that. Google has done a lot of good things for the internet. But while they're doing good things, I think they do also a lot of bad things. Well, I know they do. But it's, they're overall, they've made the internet have a lot of progress, which is pretty cool. But and we won't get into the privacy stuff with them today, but yeah, I think that it's cool, but I think it's just like, okay, yeah, let's point a finger at Apple, who's, the other company. And trust me, 10 years ago, Randy was like, oh, Apple's the worst company in the world, and blah. It's like, no, I don't know about that, man. It's like, a lot has come out about Google, a lot has come out about, Twitter, all these other companies, and, sorry about my tech meetups popping up on the screen here. I got to get better at muting that stuff, just turning on do not disturb mode. But anyways, yeah, that happened. And, Google's tried many different things. They've tried, what the heck was it called? Duo. And what's the other thing called? It was a messaging app. Wow, I can't remember it, but it failed miserably. And I thought it was actually pretty cool what Google did. But yeah, it was like maybe 2016, 2017, maybe around there, where they had that app, and it was really cool. I can remember the year because I was at work and my boss at the time were like, let's try this. Let's try this. Let's see. You got that app? Yeah. Arlo or it was something like that. But anyways, let's move on to the next topic. Yeah, Google's, one big company saying you're too big. Canon's helping customers defeat DRM. Yep, you heard that right. They can't police their toner chips anymore. So more or less, if you ever like open a printer or you buy ink, they keep you paying that high price. There's a way they can do that, when you buy a genuine cartridge, right? HP, looking at you, but HP also uses Canon parts on a lot of their computers or printers. And I don't know if it's down to the DRM, but that's why this printer ink is so expensive, right? But according to Ars Technica, again, printer companies have claimed that their chip-enabled cartridges enhance the quality and performance of their equipment. First off, bullshit. But think of the business model when you have, like a managed print service. Okay, so like I've worked at companies that have managed print services. Most big companies do because they don't have time to have one guy fix all their copy machines, right? So they contract it out, right? They have technicians on the road every day that are just waiting to fix those printers when they go down because they want to keep you printing because they make their money when you pay per page. Not for the toner necessarily you're paying for. And it depends on your contract, but ones that I've dealt with, at least 5 that I have dealt with in my career that I could think of, charge per page. And, maybe there's other fees. I don't really know the billing part of that. I didn't have to deal with any issues from that. But yeah, so think about those big machines, and you can't really compare them apples to apples on a home printer because these big machines can print volumes of pages much, much cheaper than your printer. And a lot of that, I would think, is because of the price of the ink that you get charged on those printers. So, like when you're buying a printer for $20 and then the ink's like $40, that really does happen. I've bought HP printers that were $20 on sale, like a Christmas sale or something years ago at Best Buy. I bought one of those Photo C whatever 4400. I forget, it was something like that, and it was like $20, and the ink was twice the cost of the printer, even 10, 15 years ago. So, maybe it makes much more sense to like that you can get a printer now for $40 now. So I guess because now maybe it has a scanner built in. It wasn't. They used to just be inkjet printers, like late 90s, early 2000s. But then they started adding scanners. Okay, you can use those things. Okay, you can use those when the ink goes out. That's cool. But it's been their business model for years. And when you could find ink cheaper, it wasn't always the easiest to install it. Like if you look at a what's one I could think of? I mean, I have a Brother printer, and they're pretty cool. I bought some OEM or just like knockoff refilled cartridges, and they're high yield, which means they'll print more pages. And it was like less than $20, which is pretty cool. But it wasn't easy to install ink because a lot of times when you did try to do that on a lot of printers, HP, I had issues with, when you go to print or install it, it'll say this is not a genuine ink cartridge, and you're just out your money. You're screwed. Yes, Amazon now, if you buy them on Amazon, they have a good return policy, so you can at least return them, but it's a pain in the butt. So, yeah, Canon, they can't find toner chips, because of the chip shortage. Well, people are now, Canon's just like, here's the way around it, man. Yeah, buy our ink, please. Yeah, well, we want the money. we can't police these anymore. We can't lock you down like we want to. So I guess we'll help you out if you buy our ink. How about you help me install this third-party ink? Yeah, that I don't want to pay you for. How about that? Or how about this? How about they just charge more for the printer and be honest about it, and then the ink is a fair price, maybe close to or a little bit above at cost, and people will be buying more printers. Okay, printing is not great for the environment, so maybe not now's the time. Where were you guys 15 years ago? You could have done this. So anyways, I'm not going to vent on that anymore. I'm done. So the last one is not necessarily tech related. It is computer related, and GM takes aim at Carvana. And I put in the episode title, they're going to smoke some of that Carvana because they want to tap into the profits. According to the Wall Street Journal here that I have up on the screen, GM is working. I don't know why I said not. I jumped ahead in my notes. Sorry about that. GM is working on a site called CarBravo that works with dealers to put their used cars lots online. So that's cool, I guess. Not that the person that is selling their car to a dealer traded it in or already thought about getting more money for it on Craigslist or Facebook or Marketplace. I feel like this could still do good, though. I do. I don't know much about auto. My wife does. Since people, myself included, are impatient, and it's easy to just trade your vehicle in at the dealer. I have done that before. Get a nice shiny new vehicle and trade it in towards it. Oh yeah, I did that. Sure, I'm getting maybe half what I was going to get for my used vehicle. Anything that'll put vehicles on their lot, right? It's the lots right now are empty from what I've heard. Like even used car sales are down. So I mean, it's good to get some kind of movement. This should help things move along, I think. But they will not limit this to GM vehicles either. They can sell it from other brands, and this helps GM since they already have many, many, many established dealerships. Much more real estate than Carvana and that. So it's like, I think they're setting out to destroy them. I mean, why wouldn't they? This is going to be a little interesting. Maybe they'll work together. Maybe they'll buy them. Who knows? But yeah, Carvana declined to comment on GM's plans, and they left the room. They're like, I'm out of here. No, they just didn't say anything. They're like, shit. So that's all I have today, really. Thanks for taking the time to tune into my live stream after hours. And if you're watching this as a recorded episode, thank you as well. And I got to remember to do this and just like go to like this bigger screen where I can, be on the screen more and it actually shows the chat if there was any chat activity. I think this is kind of a cool screen to go to from the main one. But if you're watching this as a recorded episode, though, again, thank you. And be sure to join me at the same time every Wednesday and Friday from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we'll get drunk. No, we won't. Bye.